First and foremost, little update. Still doing the March Madness bracket for Touchdown Alabama magazine, touchdownalabama.com, when you discuss the favorite restaurants and or bars in Tuscaloosa to come down and enjoy during football season. And right now, we have made it to the Elite Eight, folks. Well, not the Elite Eight. We've made it to the Final Four, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it down to the Final Four. And the four venues that have gotten into this situation, we've got Dreamland Barbecue and Galette's of Tuscaloosa in one bracket. The other bracket, we're down to City Cafe. How about that? And Ramajamas right behind Bryant-Denny Stadium. So, City Cafe, Ramajamas representing the other bracket. So right now, Final Four, voting will go up until Wednesday at 2:03 p.m. Central Time. So the link is right now in the description. Go right now, touchdownalabama.com, Touchdown Alabama magazine. Get your vote on as we have entered the Final Four of the March Madness bracket in determining the best restaurants and or bars in the city. So continue to see your teams march on, as I'm very much so looking forward to seeing who takes home the championship in terms of the favorite venue in the city. So Touchdown Alabama magazine, touchdownalabama.com, get your vote on as we are in the Final Four. But we get into the first topic of conversation here on this evening. And before I dive into this, I thoroughly appreciate you, the Crimson Tide fan base. And we are right now at a very critical time, a very trying time with this coronavirus pandemic, to where jobs are shut down. People have been laid off of jobs. With school being canceled, you guys have been wrestling with the children every day, hoping and praying at some point will the schoolhouse reopen, because these babies, I love my babies, but they're about to drive me up the wall. So a lot of you dealing with the children, it seems like every single time the stores restock, pile up, people are rushing back in the stores claiming anything and everything off the shelves. For my collegiate people out there, college students, you guys are trying to get stuff done online, and in particular for you seniors in college, you are hoping and praying that at some point you're going to be able to have that opportunity to graduate and walk that stage. And then most importantly, or one of the other reasons, with sports down in a limbo, suspended as of right now, you're trying to find different ways to get your entertainment. My baby sister, for a couple of days now, has been addicted to TikTok. She's tried to get me in doing some TikTok videos. Me personally, yours truly, I'm not much of a dancer. I try, but not much of a dancer. So you try to find ways to get your form of entertainment. My form of quarantine at this point has been, blowing off my old PlayStation 2 and trying to get myself re-ingrained into NCAA or Madden or 2K in terms of basketball, MLB The Show, just anything I can get my hands on. But regardless of the time that we're in, you guys, the Alabama fan base, continue to provide feedback on thoughts, suggestions, questions I may have for you when it comes to social media, and I definitely appreciate that. And over the weekend, I proposed this thought, and the thought was, should we have the return of football, which we are very hopeful, prayerful, high faith that we will get the return of football in the fall? What has you the most excited? What would have you as a Crimson Tide fan the most excited for the upcoming football season? And I got about 20 different responses. And though I appreciate all 20, loved all 20, one stuck out to me in particular, as we're seeing the tweet come up on screen right now. And the one that stuck out in particular was something that went, I want to see Alabama go back to having that power run game, right? Having that rushing attack, leaning on the offensive line, and then having that dominant defense. The pass-happy offense that has been in the last 2 years is not what the Alabama legacy or the Alabama dominance or the Alabama run of championships. The pass-happy offense has not been what Alabama's been based on. And just looking at that tweet, looking at that comment there, it brings up a very interesting conversation. The conversation is, realistically, can Alabama achieve offensive balance? Realistically, because you have half the fan base, despite fans having more concern with defense than offense, you have a lot of people asking the question of what will Alabama look like offensively this upcoming season, especially with Tua Tagovailoa gone. Does Alabama go back to the more so ball control style? Do we lean on the run game? Do we lean on the offensive line? Does it impose its will and wear down the opposing team's defensive front? Does it go back to having the quarterback where he's managing the game, where there's not a lot that will be required or asked of him to do? He just manages the game. And then defensively, we have this soul-crushing, soul-snatching defense. Or do we build back, or do we continue to build off what has been done in the passing game for the last 2 seasons? So there's kind of these two conflicting ideas here. And can Alabama achieve the offensive balance? You have a lot of fans that feel like we got to go back to the ground and pound. The ground and pound is what made Alabama what it is. The strong, soul-crushing defense is what made Alabama what it is. Having the game-managing quarterbacks is what made the Crimson Tide special, so got to get back to that. But you have the other half of the fan base that goes, whoa, hold on here now. I love the ground and pound, yes. I love the soul-crushing defense, yes. But at the same time, the game is different. The game has changed. That's back then. Football has become a space game now. Football has become a perimeter game now. Football has become a spread offense attack now. Football has become a situation where you have to force defenses to guard every inch, every length, every width, every breadth, every part of that field. You have to force the defenses to really fear what you're doing offensively. So I like what we're doing in the passing game. I like what Alabama's doing in spreading the football out. I like what Alabama's doing in getting the chunk plays down the field. So let's not ultimately remove ourselves from what has been done the last 2 years, because you have some Alabama fans that actually like the pass-happy offense. And it kind of, I look at this here for just a moment, and it kind of goes back to that iconic film, the movie Radio. It kind of goes back to that iconic part of that film where Coach Jones kind of looks at Radio and asks him, do you want the peach cobbler or do you want the pie? And Radio is smacking his mouth going, well, Coach, I want both. I want both, Coach. He distinctly wants both. And for Alabama fans, it's the distinction of, can we have both? Can we have the soul-crushing defense with some ground and pound, but can we also have an entertaining, high-flying pass and attack of an offense where we can score at any given moment, at any given time that we want to be able to, score the football? Can we have both? Can we possess both? Can we generate both? And just reflecting back on what I mentioned, how the game is changing in the NBA in years past. Mid-range game was the hot topic. You had point guards driving to the basket. You had shooting guards taking, mid-range shots. You had small forwards posting up on the low block. You had power forwards and centers that were getting rebounds, getting dunks, getting easy putbacks, but were also working on that 12 to 16-foot jump shot, right? Nowadays in the NBA, it's three-point shooting. You're having small ball. You're having these small lineups where you got to space the floor. These defenders have to close out to every shooter, because if you don't close out, you're risking that three-point shot popped on you every single time. People have fallen in love with a three-point game and the floor spacing. In Major League Baseball, in years past, it was a tactical game. It was strategizing. You had hit and run counts. You had situations where you can send a guy to steal a base. You had moments where I can switch out this pitcher for that For that pitcher, it was kind of a chess game in terms of MLB. Now it's become everybody wants to hit home runs. Everybody wants to get the ball out of the ballpark. Why? Because of the analytics, and everybody wants to get new and bigger contracts. Even in the NFL game now, you have more of these coaches, more of these teams adapting to college concepts because you want to see more of these quarterbacks become successful. People got tired of, if I got 20 quarterbacks in the draft, I'm tired of seeing 10 hit and 10 not hit. Can I get a situation where I get more of my quarterbacks to be successful? I get more of my quarterbacks to hit. I get more of my quarterbacks to be franchise guys. And the way that these GMs, these coaches, these scouts have done this is embracing more of the college game, embracing more of the spread offense game, taking more of these collegiate tendencies and trying to formulate a way to where these quarterbacks can become better. So in terms of Alabama's offense, realistically, can this team, can this program achieve offensive balance? Can it achieve balance to where you have a 1,000-yard year from Najee Harris or an 800 to 1,000-yard year from Trey Sanders or Brian Robinson and have more backs, pitch in and do work also? Can you have a situation where along with that, you get a 1,000-yard receiver in Devonta Smith, 1,000-yard receiver in Jalen Waddle, and other guys sort of pitch in? And can you have a 3,000 to 4,000 yard passing season from a Mac Jones at quarterback? Go back to the 2019 season with LSU. They achieved this crazy, weird offensive balance. We hate to think of it that way, but they did achieve it. 2019, Joe Burrow, a 5,000-yard passer. You had a 1,000-yard back in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You had two 1,000-yard receivers in Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, with guys like Terrace Marshall, who had 13 touchdowns last season. Thaddeus Moss at tight end with over 500 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. So the question is, can Alabama realistically obtain or achieve the offensive balance? Just a question there for you, the fans. But we're going to go to our first break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Don't touch that dial. Just getting your chest warm on a Monday. Upon our return, we get into your phone calls, thoughts, tweets, text messages, and concerns after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best of the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.